Reddit. What's a subtle way to tell someone that you like them? Text me when you make it home. More powerful than one might think. Next time you happen to lock eyes, give them a wink, another wink, and then blow them a kiss. Quickly follow that with a swirl of the hips and a simultaneous head nod downwards. That should subtly get your point across. That may let them know that you like them, but I hear that there is a 50% chance that that method will accidentally teleport you to a parallel universe instead. Parallel universe of love. If you lick it, it's yours. It's the law. Not so subtle, but my crush asked me how are you able to come up with a flirty answer to everything I said I don't know. How about we discuss it at 5 tonight over dinner? Nice shoes. Wanna fuck? Carve their name into your forehead. Just make sure you don't do it backward. That would be embarrassing. Ask for nudes. Username checks out. Subtle would be telling them in a straightforward manner. Obvious is when you start acting differently and giving too many hints. I think my brain was just blown. Like my life was upside down and now it's not. Thank you. Don't be subtle. Just say so. Sometimes I feel like all Redditors must be human robots with no social circuit. Or a bunch of aliens trying to become more human. Maybe a bunch of copies of the army that poses as Mark Zuckerberg trying to better learn how to blend in as a human. Don't do it subtly. They won't ever catch on. I would know. Seconded, I'm too clueless to catch on unless you're direct about it. Thirded, it's been 3 years and she still doesn't know I even exist. Get him or her to talk about themselves. Keep eye contact. Don't do all your communicating on the phone. Let them know. Compliment them about who they are, not just physical attributes. Stare them down while they tell you about their day. There's a difference between eye contact and staring. Silly goose. You know that though. I think both could work though. Ask them if they want some kisses. If they try to kiss you, it's safe to tell them you like them. Otherwise, give them Hershey's Kisses. I don't know how old you are, but I wish someone told me this when I was younger. Just be straightforward and direct. People don't easily pick up on little hints. Also, in the same vein, people don't tend to notice or dwell on other people's small flubs or mistakes. People internalize their small mistakes because everyone is the main character of their own story. So just do it, and if you say or do something silly, just remember they probably won't notice and are just as nervous and self-conscious as you are. Good luck on acquiring a significant other. Alright, everyone seems to be against subtlety. I think being subtle serves a very important purpose. It allows them to turn you down without making things uncomfortable. And it's less painful to get rejected that way. People say just go for it, the worst they can say is no. But I think that's a little naive. Rejection can be traumatic depending on the situation. If you want to go the subtle route, just be nice one. Go out of your way to talk to them too. Act interested in their life. Ask questions 3. Compliment them, particularly on appearance 4. Flirt. By the time you ask them out, they should be fully aware that you're interested romantically. And they've had an opportunity to send you signals as to whether they're interested. But don't drag it out. Waiting too long leaves them wondering if you're actually interested. I have a question about step 4. How? Innuendo, insinuation, sincerity, and wit. Show them a little softness, but don't be a doormat. Be a little extra kind to them, and tease them gently. Subtle sexuality if they do some of those things back. If you're really oblivious, make assumptions that work in your favor instead of against them. I never got laid by instantly assuming that they didn't want me. I like video games, knitting, you, cheetahs, classic rock, and magic tricks. See what I did there? I fucking love you. Well, now that's a little more forward than subtle, I'd say. All in or nothing, I say, my friend. What if I just propose to her? What's the worst that could happen? Restraining order? I've watched a lot of real crime on the Crime Channel. And I guess a restraining order is not the worst. Yay. You could get a restraining order, and it could be raining outside. Pee in a circle around them. Then start violently attacking anyone who enters the circle. You think that will get the message across? You could probably mount them within 5 minutes. It's probably a good idea to ask first. If you complete the ritual and they are still standing in the circle, I'm guessing that's their thing and you're already good. But if that is their thing, you may have bigger issues than if they like you. I think generally subtle isn't the way to go, but if you think this person might get it or it would be extra super awkward to get outright rejected, here are some tips. Get them to talk about themselves. Ask questions about their lives and find common points. Laugh at their jokes and make a lot of your own. Having sort of a banter inside jokes is good. Ask about their dating life. I'm sure there's some way to make this subtle. Somehow. Find ways to hang out with them outside of your usual settings. If you like someone from philosophy, make plans to study with them in the library or over coffee. When I like someone, I'll be happy to see them. Talking to them would be something I look forward to. Basically, you want them to know you enjoy being around them by smiling a lot and just engaging. Compliment. Some people like physical compliments, some don't. Compliment what you like and value about them. Keep in mind that someone could be getting you to talk about yourself, having a great banter with you, engaging with you whenever you see each other, and you still won't know for sure. The only way to know for sure is to tell them you're interested. This could be a good way of seeing if their interest is there, but it is no guarantee. Bring your chin down to protect your neck while continuing to stare into their eyes. Bring up your hands and say I don't want no trouble ya here. Flex your traps and core. Slightly bend your knees. Here comes the important part. In a low voice begin to say lower 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 low, slowly increasing in volume. They should be surprised by now. Begin to sway side to side and loosen all facial muscles and your anal sphincter and your Kegel muscle. By now you should be pretty loud and they would have stepped back and appear visibly shaken. Begin to piss and shit yourself and let your eyes roll to the back of your head. By now, you're chanting lower 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 low at the top of your lungs. They will run away. Everyone within a 1 mile radius will feel a terrifying presence within their soul. Marvel as you ascend into your planar form. I disagree with a lot of the advice given in this thread. Perhaps it's the age demo that is dominating the most upvoted comments, but here's my advice as a relatively seasoned 37-year-old, and mostly directed at males. If a person is attracted to you, you don't necessarily gain much from telling them verbally that you also like them. It speeds things up, but if they like you, they like you. You have much to lose though if they are not ready, see below. If you tell someone you like them, particularly when it comes to men telling women, you may be moving too fast for them before you have had a chance to develop a real chemistry. Some people also prefer to let things cook slowly, and if things don't happen at the right time you can pretty much disrupt the natural flow that a lot of people, particularly women, require. Show them that you're into them, without saying it. Be a good, confident guy. Be a gentleman. Don't fall into the friend zone. Make sure that your advances aren't perceived as friendly gestures. Don't be afraid of being that guy who likes to wine dine the shit out of someone. This is how you make your intentions clear without saying a word. Forget being called old-fashioned. Even if the girl calls you out on it, like what? Dinner already, stick to your guns. This also helps to not fall into the friend zone. Same advice, and maybe more controversial, for getting that first kiss with a girl. Be polite, but don't ask verbally, can I kiss you? Just go for it, respectfully. If you get turned down, take it on the cheek, figuratively, or literally. You'll have other opportunities, but again, stating things so plainly can potentially make things awkward. Yes, it can be awkward to go in for a kiss, but you can do this respectfully without seeming like a pervert. Now, there will be women in this thread that will say, but I prefer to have men tell me that they like me. Yes. Everyone wants clear, unambiguous affection. But everyone wants clear unambiguous affection from people that they are obviously attracted to themselves. But we are talking about your chances of scoring a relationship with a girl from your perspective. Sometimes you may need to let things marinate and flow naturally for a while.